Um, so the Xbox head, Phil Spencer, says that he dislikes the console wars and console brand tribalism. So let me kind of get into what he means here. So he hates the idea of the console wars. Um, he doesn't want to see other creative endeavors fail for the success of his own company, right?
Yes.
And he thinks Xbox is competing with the market as a whole, not just the other consoles or developers. So here's the thing. I think he's 100% right, but I also think that's his personal opinion. And I think as someone who works and is beholden to Xbox, he has to do whatever it takes to make them successful. That's my opinion.
Of course.
So what do you think about that? Do you think he's right?
I think console wars exist no matter what. Well, at least from the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis days.
Yeah.
As far back as that, I guess, as far back as you have a choice for things.
Yes.
Let's take console wars back to VHS and Betamax,
Yeah.
8 tracks and tape cassettes. But like I don't know.
It's an ideal position. It's an ideal
It
position.
is an ideal position, and he's definitely pivoting the. He's trying to change the conversation. He's trying to do the Mad Men situation. If you don't like the if you don't like the conversation, you change the topic or something like that.
Hmm.
And and I feel like he's just. It feels like he's like being a little pretentious, like Xbox is above everything.
Yes. Yeah. Which
And
it's not.
no offense, because
Yeah.
I mean it is an admirable thought to not have
Yes.
like these console wars. But at the same time, as long as there's exclusives, as long as there's choices, people will argue which one's better, and will say, you've wasted your money on an
Yeah.
iPhone versus an Android. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
It's integral. It's part of human nature.
Yeah.
That
And
being
that.
said, oh, go ahead.
No. 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 Go ahead. Finish your thought.
I was going to say, that being said, Xbox is definitely pivoting themselves to being different than a console, and they're trying to what's it called? Change the entire playing field
Yes.
in a way that we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
A good example is, I think, Sony with the PSP Go tried to change everything and say, "Hey, look, it's an all digital system. It's easier to save things on the flash drive. It's going to load better." It didn't sell well. It didn't
Yeah.
pick up. They did the same thing with and then they had the connectivity between the PS Vita and the PlayStation 4 that is incredibly reminiscent of the Nintendo Switch. But
Yes.
it was before its time, and they didn't push that idea far enough
No.
and didn't own it until the Switch did what they did. So it's
Yeah.
like
A lot
Xbox.
of people didn't even know they could play the games on the PS Vita.
Yes,
A lot of
yeah.
people had no clue.
Yeah, exactly. You could do
Yeah.
remote playing, not in the same way that the Switch can, but
Yeah.
very similar in terms of actually having just a strong Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah.
Anyways, but but Xbox is trying to do kind of like the same thing, but they're completely taking ownership and trying to usher the entire community along and saying, join us as we go into the future, in
Yeah.
such a way that these other companies, when they tried to push the community in different ways, haven't done before.
Yes. No, I fully agree with you. I fully agree with you. And I'm gonna cover that that video we were talking about, the modding of the Xbox Series S.
Hey,
Yeah.
nice.
So we can
Yeah, I
talk
saw
about
a video.
just how expanded Xbox is thinking here. Yeah.
Yeah, like I just saw a video pop up from Spawnwave about the Xbox Series X playing GameCube games. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.